by Dash Lane.
What am I watching?
February 27th.
This is gonna be so stupid.
2017. A woman comes home to deliver her husband some bad news. She has been fired from her job at Cracker Barrel. They gave no notice. They gave no reason. The husband, Brad, embraces her. A tear rolls down her cheek. Brad's hands tighten into fists. 11 years of service, he whispers under his breath. Nanette, fetch me the computer. To say I'm pissed off would be an understatement. After 11 years of service, those lowlifes at Cracker Barrel let my wife go. I would really like to know why, and those of you who know me these days know that I will find out. In the meantime, if any of you would also like to know, please go to their Facebook page and ask them. This old boy is storming. And send. That'll do it. With that, he put his arm around Nanette, and they fell asleep together on the couch.
It's a really nice house for a job at Cracker Barrel.
A week passes. It's Brad's birthday. Hey, Nanette, has there been any word back yet on why you're fired? This old boy is still storming. She shook her head. Outrageous. Nanette, fetch me the computer again. I'm going to make another Facebook post. Today is my birthday. Why did you fire my wife? Now we wait. Don't forget your cake. Brad squinted his eyes, made a wish, and blew. He put his arm around Nanette, and again, they fell asleep together on the couch. But that night, as they dreamed, something special happened. A miracle of sorts. People started joining in. People saw the post, then semi-sarcastically also began demanding answers. Then more joined in. Then more.
You monsters fired Brad's wife.
Justice for Brad's wife. 11 years. Release Brad's wife.
What the fuck?
The template of the joke was simple and spreadable. Promoting desserts, are we? Brad's wife used to love desserts. New item on the menu. Brad's wife would have made it twice as good. Today we remember 9/11. Brad's wife used to love 9. It spread from their Facebook to their Twitter to their Instagram to all of their social media platforms. But this wasn't your usual raid by 4chan. This was something different. An army of mostly boomers putting Cracker over the barrel. It was the mums and dads of middle America leading the charge. And Brad was there as the standard bearer. He embraced the meme. Why did you fire my wife? He repeated.
The crackers.
Please share, he demanded. Soon there was nothing that Cracker Barrel could post that wouldn't immediately be turned into a discussion about the plight of poor Nanette. As always, a petition is started and goes nowhere. And once that failed, the calls started rolling in.
Hi, I have a quick question for you guys.
Yeah.
Why did you guys fire Brad's wife?
So, I guess what I'm asking is if you would just go ahead and hire her back, and then we can just pretend like this whole thing didn't happen.
And what's a good harassment campaign without a soundtrack?
You just fired her on Brad's birthday.
Where's the justice for Brad's wife? If you wanna have your breakfast made.
But this was just the beginning. Other companies saw this meme and decided to add fuel to the fire.
Oh, Wendy's,
on social media,
of course.
They were posting about Brad's wife. In IRL,
Dude.
They were putting up signs from
The social media people behind Wendy's, love them to the death. They're the best.
promoting Brad's
Just gonna throw it
wife.
out there.
And that prompted the news to get involved.
More teens are having
Coverage from People magazine, The Mirror, Washington Post, Fortune, and many, many, many more. That's when things really started to spread out into the streets. People made posters, signs, and t-shirts.
I never heard about this.
And they even started visiting the restaurant just to ask about Brad's wife.
Oh my God.
Who's Brad?
Well, Brad's not important, but his wife, they fired her after 11 years of service.
I don't know what you're talking about.
After 11 years. On his birthday.
I heard about that. That was terrible.
Yeah, now there's a wait time in here.
How long?
Oh, it's a long time. Cause Brad's wife isn't here.
I just ate here on the way home from Louisiana on a road trip with
Brad
my family.
could see that things were spiraling out of control. He called on the troops not to harass the local chain. The firing was a corporate decision. Good morning. I still have not heard from said company, but I would like everyone to remember that some very good people work for them. So if you want answers, please direct questions to the Home Office. They're the ones who fired my wife. But it did little to temper things down.
You fired Brad's wife? You shall be on fire.
Oh, okay, now the kids are involved.
So in all this time, Brad still hadn't heard back from the company, and we feared that we'd never get answers. But one smooth talker succeeded in getting a few details by pretending to be a manager from the corporate office.
I got this email from my boss today stating something about Brad's wife. Do you know her personally?
Yes, sir. She was my boss.
And that's when she spilled the beans.
I think it was, she was kind of a softie, sir.
Now, from here, we could have just called it a day. But here's the thing about boomer humor. They don't know how to let a joke go. Once something is funny, it remains funny to them for years. And that doesn't spell good news for Cracker Barrel's social media. So, that's what the future holds for Cracker Barrel. Years more of hashtag Brad's wife. But what about for poor Nanette? Well, there's good news. It turns out that a lot of those offers by other businesses to hire Brad's wife weren't entirely sarcastic. 11 years of service? Come on in for an interview. Dozens and dozens of real offers started rolling in. Suddenly, Brad's wife had her pick, and she could work pretty much
Wow,
anywhere
look at
she
those
wanted.
options.
And that, roughly speaking,
Sorry, but like...
is where the story ends. You can still visit Cracker Barrel today, and the top comment will still be some dumb shit about firing Brad's wife. But that doesn't matter, because better than an answer, Brad got his wife a new job, and this old boy could finally rest.
Wow.
The storm had passed. Ad time. You go to log into your internet banking. Invalid password.
I'm good. It's a good video. Thank you, Galaxy. I had doubts.